Shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone while I learn this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect out there scattered abroad. Pushing this truth on the four corners of the earth, risk their lives and freedom to do so. It's the brother Tazmark, coming back with a quick lesson. I'm going to call this lesson Press Towards the Prize. Okay? And I'm going to be going into how this truth is like a race of endurance. Okay? And at the end, we're going to get the prize, which is the kingdom of heaven, immortality. Okay? True riches. Okay? Because that's what these people in the world are concerned about. We're going to get that, but we're going to get it righteously. Okay? Through our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that being said, you're going to have affliction in this truth. Okay? You're going to be dealing with certain things. Which Apostle Gabar always says, we were brought in this to suffer. Okay? We were brought in this truth to suffer. So you have to but you have to remain patient. Okay? You have to remain patient and long suffering. Okay? Because and the scriptures talk about carrying your cross, the burdens that come with this truth. This is no easy thing. Alright? People that fell out left and right. And more people are going to fall out. Okay, it's Passover season, which is when the Lord usually cleans house around the time of the Day of Atonement. But you have to have it. The main thing is to have it in your head that you're not going to give up no matter what happens, because you're going to go through things, and it's truth. There is no other way around it. The scriptures confirm it. Okay, if it was a corner you could go to and post up until Yahweh Shai gets here, that would be nice. Right? But the scriptures say that the servant is no greater than the master. Yahweh Shai went through this. We got to go through it too. Okay, but on the other hand, we're going to get all the benefits, okay, that Yahweh Shai gets. All right? We're going to be allotted up in the kingdom. Land, castles, wives, all the children you could think of, chariots, spiritual power, slaves. You see? But you have to get through what it talks about in 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter. Okay? That path of difficulty. You know? That narrow path. Alright? That narrow straight gate. Only one man going there at once. No other brother can get you into the kingdom. You have to physically bust your butt. Okay? Stay focused and block out all these distractions. Alright? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some priests. Lord's will. This is an edifying lesson. And I'm going to start off in the book of 2 Timothy. Yeah, I'm going to start off in the book of 2 Timothy. I just got a new sword. Get used to this bad boy. But I'm going to start off in the book of 2 Timothy. The 2nd chapter and the 4th verse. There we go. Wrong book. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 4. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. Please who? Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. Okay, we're at war right now. Good versus evil. Alright? We're at war right now. Spiritual war. Okay? And as you can see, it's turning physical. Alright? Think about that movie 300, when Leonidas had to leave and he didn't get all sad and emotional around his wife. He had his mind on war. Think about when Uriah came back from war. Okay, and he didn't even go down to sleep with his woman. His mind was on war. Okay? If he was on some shit like these Babylonians are, I'm going to go have sex for 10 days and then go back to war, his mind and his spirit wouldn't be in the right spot. Okay? Not saying there's nothing wrong with doing that with your woman, but when you're on war, you should be focused on war. Okay? And in a broader sense, you can't get entangled with the things in your everyday life. Your baby mama's tripping. Your car broke down. You know, you and your mom, ain't having the best relationship. Your kids is coming against you. Okay, so your kids come against you. You can't go to camp. Your kids come against you. You're not gonna do your lessons. You got to do what you're supposed to do, no matter what. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because I'm not exempt. Okay, you can't let nothing hold you back from Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. The Lord will give you some time to get it in order, but if you don't, the Lord will move on you. Okay, and I've seen it happen time and time again during the time of the Pesach. Okay, and the Lord, we're soldiers. This is the military, a righteous military, not Esau's crusty military. This is a military. Okay. I'm going to get this next in the book of 1 Corinthians. Okay. 1 Corinthians. The 15th chapter. And I'm going to the 58th verse. It reads, therefore, 1 Corinthians 15 to 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Okay? And our labor is not in vain. Okay? Our labor is not in vain. We're laboring to get to the kingdom. Okay? In the end, we're going to get the kingdom. Alright? But you have to be focused. Alright? You got to stay on the right track. And you have to understand that we're not doing this for no reason, for the hell of it, just because we woke up and said, hey, I want to teach. The Lord chose us for this, man. We were chosen to do the work of the Lord. Okay, and our labor is going to be rewarded greatly, those of us that make it, because not everybody's going to make it. That's just the way it is. Okay? And also, another point that I wanted to point out is being unmovable. Okay, you have to be rooted, deep rooted in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, the scriptures say, let not the incredulity of them trouble you. You will have people not believing around you, trying to break you down. Okay, which you should try to steer clear of those people anyway. But we know that, the times we live in, you might be living with your mama or something, your cousin or something like that. Okay, somebody that's constantly talking shit. Okay, that's trying to sway you from the truth. I would avoid them, like I said, if possible. But even if you live with them, stay in a room or something. Get away from them. Okay, because they're going to try to tell you that your labor is in vain. I had a friend that told me that a couple years back. He said, what if you wasted all this time serving that God you're talking about, which it is the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and you're in the wrong belief? Because he saw I changed my whole life around. He said, you're in the wrong belief. And I'm like, bro, I know for a fact. I'm 120% sure. And they get scared when you talk like that. Because I'm like, how the hell do you know? We have faith. Okay, nobody else around us has it. It's a gift that can't be bought. All right, and I'm gonna get this next in the book of Philippians. This is Philippians 3 and 14. I press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh in Hamashiach Yahushai. Okay? And that's what we're doing. We're pressing towards the mark. Okay? And when you go in that word in the Greek, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Salaki, but it's something like scopo, and it goes to being an observer, a watchman. Okay, and that's what we are, an observer, and we're watchmen. Okay, we're vigilant. We're watching for all the things that are going on in prophecy, because we're measuring the time. Okay? And the prize is the kingdom. Okay? But you have to press towards it. Okay? No matter what. That means you're going to be dealing with all kind of stuff, but you got to press towards the kingdom no matter what. Man, this is our destiny. Okay? This is the reason why we were put here on the planet Earth. Okay? A select. Alright? Everybody else is about to be destroyed in Babylon the Great. Okay? So we have to do what we need so we're able to obtain the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, which isn't an easy task, but through the Spirit, anything is possible. Okay? Anything. I'm going to get this next in the book of Matthew. This is Matthew 20 and verse 1. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. Okay? And it says, the householder is Yahweh Shai. And it says, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers, that's us, okay, the elect, to his vineyard, that's the nation of Israel. Okay, the Lord hired us to feed the sheep. Okay? To feed the sheep, like he told Peter. Alright? And we even prophesied to the wind. That's commanded of us. Okay? Because the Lord knows everybody ain't gonna listen. He don't want everybody to get it. But we are commanded. Okay? And when you come into this truth, you take an oath to the Heavenly Father that you ain't gonna give up. A lot of people broke that oath. And they're gonna be repaid with judgment, death. Okay, verse 2. Matthew 20 and verse 2. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. Okay? And a penny represents the kingdom. Okay? So that's our reward. That's what we're going to receive in the end, is the kingdom. Okay? And Lord willing, we'd be worthy enough to make it in the first dominion. Okay? I'm getting ready to close with this in Matthew 22 and verse 14. For many are called, but few are chosen. Okay? Many are called. How many people, you've been in this truth for a number of years, you're going to see people come and go. That's just how this thing goes. Okay? The people that weren't doing what's pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, they ain't around no more. So a lot of people were called, but only a few are going to be chosen. We represent the few, the elect. Okay? The 1/3 in total, but the ruler class is the elect. Alright? And we're at the end, so you know, time is of the essence, man. Time is ticking, and we are to make the most, okay, out of the time that we have here. Lord's will. This was an edifying lesson. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.